everyone. So this is definitely total like vlogging material here, but Blair posted how she was in a car wreck yesterday, and she said for people to comment down below with any accidents that they've been in, and I was going to, but then it was like a long list and the characters were too many, so then I just decided to make a video about it. So this is really just a response to Blair. But then, of course, everyone else could see it. It's just totally random. It's about, like, all the car accidents I've been in. I'm currently 19 years old, which means I've been driving, like, legally for 3 years. So the amount that I've been in is really, I think, way too excessive for how old I am. I don't think I should have been in this many. But it's not always my fault, I promise. So let's go with the very first one. Oh, I guess 4 years. Just kidding. I've been driving for over 4 years. So the first one, I was 15. I didn't have my driver's license. I had a permit. So I was driving and then my mom had to be like sitting next to me in the passenger seat. So I was backing out of my driveway and behind me was like another van. I was driving a van. It was my mom's van. And behind me was another van and it was brand new. It was like a 2006, I think, back then. And it was brand new, like it was leased, it was like completely brand new, and they had parked it on the side. And in that neighborhood, like my mom's neighborhood, you're not allowed to park your car on the side. You have to park it in like the driveway. And so that's like what I say is not my fault, because it's their fault, because they shouldn't have had their van there. But when I was pulling out, I got distracted because like my siblings were fighting in the back, my little brother and sister, and then my mom was like yelling at them. And then there's this little girl riding her bike, and I saw her, so like I was just staring at her, not paying attention to the van behind me that was parked. So when I was backing out, I didn't turn the wheel, you know, like to turn. I just like went straight back, and I went straight back into their van, smashed the whole side of it. The driver door, like you couldn't open it. It was like smashed in. Their car was like ruined. Our car was perfectly fine, no scratches, nothing. I guess our bumper hit it, and that's what bumpers are for. So that was like a really big issue, and I didn't even have a driver's license, so that was bad. Anyway, so we had to deal with that, and then I don't really remember the order of all the rest of them. Then I was driving a 2003 Trailblazer, and I loved that car because it was so big, and then like I was so high, and so I was driving them, and to get into their neighborhood, there's like a gate code, you know, like you have to punch in the little code to get into the gate. And I made my turn too big, and I hit the gate code thing, but I didn't know that I hit the gate code thing. I thought I was just on the curb, like I thought I had just gone up on the curb. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just keep going and go down, you know, like turn the wheel a little and get off the curb. But I wasn't on the curb. I mean, I was, but I was so far into it that I actually hit the gate code. And the gate code was like made out of stones or something. So basically what happened is when I turned the wheel and went more rather than backing up, I scratched my black car. And so there's like a white scratch on it. Hated that moment. So, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was a scratch on a black car, which is not good. So that's that. Also with that same Trailblazer, I was driving, there was 2 friends in the car, and there's this one little corner where like there's a major like highway street, and then there's like people coming in, so it's like a 3-way stop type of thing, but there's like lights and everything. And so it was a red light, so I was slowing down. I was going like 5 miles an hour, like I was seriously slowing down. And then a really good song came on, so I went to like turn it up, and I looked down and I was like, oh my god, I love this song. And I was like looking at my friend, telling her how much like I love this song, and when I looked at her, her face was like, oh my god, Selena, stop. So I freaked out, so I slammed on my brakes, and I didn't like slam on the brakes because I was only going like 5 miles an hour, maybe 6, like I really wasn't going fast. But there was this little car in front of me which was really old, like a 70s or 80s, whatever. It wasn't an antique, it was just an old car. So I rear-ended the car in front of me, and their bumper came off, and I had to pay for that. I got a new car, which I didn't like at the beginning. I only liked the fact that I got my like new car, but I didn't like that car. I wanted a big car like a Trailblazer, and I got a little tiny sports car, which I still have now, but it's a little tiny sports car. Not kidding, it's tiny. And I don't want that because I think that if I get hit, I'm gonna get trampled, and I'm gonna like die in my little tiny car. So I'm trying to think of the next accident. I think the next one after that was I was driving again on a U.S. highway, and I was pulling out of the 7-Eleven, and I was like, you know, pulling out and then going onto the highway. And I looked to make sure there was no cars coming. There was no cars coming here. So like, how do I say this? It's like a 4-way stop, you know, like there's a big highway intersection, and then the gas station's like right here. So I made sure no one was coming this way, no one was coming this way, and like nobody was coming. Well, what I didn't realize is that people were coming like from the other way, and like they were coming in and turning like left while I was turning right. Whatever, like I guess I saw them because I saw that no one was coming. I checked that no one was coming, so I turned right, and then I wanted to get from the right lane all the way to the left. So I checked no one was behind me, and I kept going. Well, I didn't check my blind spot. In this little tiny car, there's a lot of blind spots, so I didn't check it, and I guess I hit a car. I didn't hear, like I didn't feel it, I didn't hear it. What I heard was them screeching. So I guess they were going really fast when they turned and when I moved over, whatever. So I guess I did hit them because there was a crack in my car, like the plastic that the car is made of, whatever, cracked. Their car was perfectly fine. It was a guy and his son, and the guy started yelling, and he's like, oh my god, this is the third accident I've been in this week. I'm calling the cops for this one just because it's the third one. And I was like, that's not fair. Like, other people hit you and you didn't call the cops, whatever. So the cops came. He knew the cops because I think he was a cop or he worked for them or whatever. And I got a ticket. That's my only ticket, and I'm not happy about it. But I got a ticket, and it was for improper lane change. That's what it was for. So now, obviously, when I change lanes, I double check like 5 times. And also, now every time I get pulled over, I've been pulled over twice in my life. Every time I get pulled over, the cops are always like, improper lane change. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, like I got one. Who does that? So then that major injury happened over a year ago now. It was around Christmas time a year ago. And what happened is I was on the very left lane again. I was with my boyfriend. I was driving, and we were going to Chick-fil-A, I think, for lunch, or I don't know, to get out of the house or something. And there was a car again that pulled in front of me, and it was a truck, actually, a white truck, like a, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Oh, I don't know, like the people that make buildings and stuff. Oh, it was a construction worker's car, and a shop vac, like a vacuum cleaner, the big circular ones, fell out of his truck, and I saw it fall out, but I was far away enough that I didn't know what it was, and I couldn't see very well, so I was like, what is that? And then as we got closer, I was like, hey, should I stop? Should I go over it? Should I go around it? Do I go, like, what do I do? And he was like, stop. So I stopped, and I stopped like perfectly right in front of it to where I didn't hit it, so like it was okay. And then that wasn't good, because then we stopped, we were fine for like 3 seconds, and then I hear like we get smashed, and then I start screaming, like freaking. I think what I kept saying was, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like, and I was stuck on oh my god and oh my god, and that's all I could say. And people would talk to me, and I was like, oh my god, like I was in a trance. I don't even know what happened. And because of that, I don't know if I was hit once or twice. It ended up being 5 cars that hit me. I was the first car, and all 5 of them smashed into me. So all that impact ruined my car, because it's not made out of plastic. Whatever cars are made of, basically, like, my trunk is messed up, and the sides are messed up, and I'm saying it's messed up because it's still messed up, because the insurance company can't cover it because it was a hit and run, because the very last car, the 5th car, ran away and nobody saw him. So, yeah, those are all my car accidents. I hope you guys enjoyed, even though it's not a sad story, but I'm okay. I mean, I've had like neck trauma and back trauma and all this stuff from that very last accident, but I'm okay, I'm alive, and just be careful when you're driving, because it can be a lot more serious than this. And I know I haven't been like in that much of damage, but still, little things could do a lot. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to talk about your car accidents, or like your families or your friends or anyone, just comment below, or you could just leave a video response, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.